Hi. So today I got asked why I started doing these financial literacy videos. And I'll tell you guys a story. And I think I've told the story before, but in any case, I'll tell it again. So when I wanted to buy my first property, I was a bit being papa, basically. And I was going for a house that was way above my means. And I went to view the house like a normal, the normal procedure. You go and view the house and you meet up with the agent. And then I signed what you call an OTP, which is an offer to purchase. Now, unbeknown to me, an offer to purchase in this country is legally binding. But most of them, what they have is something that we call a suspensive clause. So a suspensive clause will say that you buying, so the sale of a house is enforceable provided that you go out and look for a bank that is going to give you the loan for you to be able to buy the house. So after signing this OTP, it got sent to me, and then I was told that I needed to go out and get one of the banks to approve my loan. Now, you can imagine I was looking for a loan worth 3.5 million at the time. And I went to FNB, and FNB said, no, we can't help you. Went to ABSA said, no, we can't help you. Went to my own bank, which was Standard Bank, and they said to me, you know what, you really can't afford this loan, so rather leave it alone. And it was funny because I actually started becoming scared as the days were going. I was becoming scared in terms of, should I be buying this house? Can I really afford it? Does it make sense for me to buy this house? My banker at Standard Bank told me, you know what, listen, to be honest with you, you really shouldn't be buying this house. Even if we were able to give you this loan, the reality is that it's going to be all of your money that's going to be going into paying for this house. So basically, I was trying to get a house that was way beyond my means. Then what happened was that the bond originator then said to me, you know what, send your documents to me and we will try and get you a loan. I sent my documents. I filled in this form where you had to state your expenses, how much you get, what other collateral you have that can help you with your home loan. I sent it to this lady. So I sent my stuff to this lady, and a week later, I get a response from Standard Bank again, and they're like, actually, we can give you the loan. Now, you must keep in mind, they were giving me a loan with 3.5 million rand, and I had to pay it over 30 years. And over the 30 years that I was going to pay interest with actually 5 million rand. Now, imagine how much that is and what a stupid deal that actually is. So I went back to Standard Bank and I said, listen, what's going on here? You guys have granted me a loan. The suspensive clause in the OTP says that once there is a bank that actually grants me the loan, I'm legally forced to buy the house. And I really would like to back out of this and not buy the house anymore. Standard Bank was like, well, listen, we worked on the documents that you gave us and we were able to grant you this loan. So I said, okay, show me the documents that were submitted, because all the other banks said no. So how was it possible that you guys said yes? They said, look, we've got a system that churns out this thing, and it's not really final up until you actually sign, and then it will actually go to credit checks. But based on what you've given us or what your bond originator gave us, we think that you can afford the loan. Oh my God, I started panicking. So I go back to the bond originator. I'm like, hey, lady, show me what you've sent to these people. So she gives me the stuff, and she's like, I sent exactly what you gave me. I'm like, well, then obviously something is wrong because all the other banks have said no. So eventually I get Standard Bank to send me what this person has actually inputted. And what I found out is that she's understated my expenses. She's removed some of my expenses. She has not captured them correctly. And basically, she cooked the numbers so that Standard Bank, or the system at Standard Bank, could push out a bond approval for me. So basically, she made sure that I could buy a house that I actually couldn't afford. My God. So now it was a matter of me having to go back to Standard Bank and explaining to Standard Bank to say, listen, I actually cannot afford this house. This lady has cooked the books and the numbers are actually incorrect. Now, at home loan level on the telephone, they couldn't help me. So eventually a friend of mine assisted me to get somebody who was in a Standard Bank, and this young lady really, really assisted me, and I eventually got Standard Bank to retract their approval. But now I still had to deal with this real estate agent because they now felt that they were what's the right word? They felt that because they had taken the house off the market, primarily because I had actually signed an OTP, they had lost a potential income or potential income or potential customers. So now what choice did I have? But I had to go to lawyers now. And oh my gosh, it was such a disaster and such a nightmare for me. Had to get lawyers involved. The lawyers really worked hard, but obviously I had to pay the lawyers a certain amount of money just for their services. I mean, I think I paid over 30,000 Rand just on lawyer fees. And then the settlement that we came to was 125,000 Rand. That was all the money I had saved for a deposit on a house. So basically, I lost money. I lost almost close to 150,000 Rand just on this one deal, just because I didn't understand what an OTP is. And it made me realize that there is so much information out there that we don't know. Mainly because we have not had experience in buying property. Some of us have never had experience in taking out loans, whether it's a home loan or it's a personal loan. So sometimes you get screwed by the banks and they give you an interest rate that is really not to your benefit financially. You end up paying for a personal loan of 5,000 Rand. You end up paying close to 20,000 Rand when you finish off repaying it. So that was the reason why I started these financial education type of videos, just to get people to start having a conversation and understanding that the banking system, really, to be honest with you, is not really out there to catch you out, but it can catch you out if you do not understand financial education, financial terms, or how the banking system works, how debt actually works, how credit works, how the interest rate works. There's a whole lot of things that we need to educate ourselves on, how property as an investment works, because really people don't understand that if you buy a property that you end up living in the time that you're living in it, it's really not an investment. And how a car, mind you, can become an asset, but it really also isn't an investment. So there's a whole lot of things that goes into financial education that can eventually help us in making the correct financial decisions, and maybe to some end goal, have us financially included in the economy of our countries, and we then can make informed decisions in terms of taking out any type of financial products, taking up credit, buying any type of assets. So yeah, that's why I started these kind of videos. Mwah.